Hello there, welcome to Scott Lynch Pop. My name is Scott Lynch, and today's video is pretty much going to be about this book right here. It's called Rich Dad Poor Dad. It is written by Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki grew up in Hawaii. Basically, he had two dads. One was his actual dad, one was his best friend's dad. Then there's a rich dad and a poor dad. And I'll have you read the book, decide who. And that's why I'll be giving away this video. Also, at the end of this video, I will throw in a preview of what I intend to do next week. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. In this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, read by Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki, as I described, grew up in Hawaii. He obviously had two dads, a rich dad and a poor dad. However, these were not two dads that lived together. One happened to be his dad, and the other happened to be his best friend's dad. Now, these two dads, one was rich, one was very poor. There was also one dad that went to school, finished up school, went to several colleges, got his master's degree and all this. The other dad actually never even finished up the 8th grade of school, dropped out in the 8th grade. Now these two dads, as I mentioned, one was very rich, one was very poor. Now, going into further detail, the dad with the furthest education was Robert's actual dad. He got a great job. He worked at a school, worked on the board for the school, earned a lot of money. But the deal was, every time his dad got a promotion in his work, he would then in turn go ahead and buy either a bigger house, a new car, or do something simply for the tax reasons. When he did this number, it only gave him more and more debt. So therefore, even though he got a better job, he actually sank further into debt. Now his best friend, his dad, he was the one who actually dropped out of school when he was in the 8th grade. He didn't really focus on all the school studies and everything like that. Actually focused on how to be financial literate. In other words, he learned how to make money work for him. He didn't necessarily work hard for the money, which is a big key whenever it comes to being rich. There are actually several times in this book where Robert will mention the rich don't work at all for their money, but yet the people that are in the middle class, the poor class, they work quite a bit for their money, work very hard. So basically it was very different from what everybody thinks on how you work and earn your money and all this. For that reason, whenever it came time to publish this book, Robert he went to, I forget exactly how many, it was well over a dozen different publishers. He could never find anybody out of all those that would publish his book. However, so he went ahead and did his book on his own. However, when this book was released, it was well on the top sellers list for well over a year. Now, I've read several books written by Robert Kiyosaki. He does say how long it was on the bestsellers list and the other books I've read, but since it is not mentioned in this book, I will not mention it either. He does point out several times how the education, typical school education, does not focus on financial literacy or anything about finances. Therefore, when kids grow up in school, the only thing they really know is how to be a good employee. That's what most of the schools teach. Some of his later books really go into detail with that specific part And I'm actually reading another book out of the Bible right now that is called Why A Students Work for C Students and B Students Work for the Government. It just gives me a whole different viewpoint of how different things work in life. Really great to tell me what's up. Like I said, this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, is a great book. I started off reading this book, and I've since read a lot of other books that go in this series, and I've also read a lot of other financial books. Basically, I did all this when we went to the lockdowns. At the time when I was locked down, could not go to work. So I decided at the time it was best for me to read as many books as I could. The way I decided to read these books, I like to go through Audible. Audible will actually give you your very first book free of charge. After that, they have several different plans to go for it. There's a plan for $15 a month, where you get one book for that month, and you also get to listen to all their podcasts they do through Audible. Me, I never really went for that plan personally. Always decided to give as many credits as I could, and I went through several books. I've at least gone through 50 books now since the time I first started listening to Audible. One last thing I'd like to do before I head off here. I told you in the preview or in the intro video that I would do a preview of what I did to do next week. Now, what I did do next week, I'm not quite sure if you saw it here on the shelf yet, but I've actually got several of these little rubber bands here. These are resistant bands. Basically, these make for a very good workout. You see, you got several different colors there. This whole pack was only $7 or $8 off Amazon, so it was a very good deal. Anyways, we using these bands. They work very well for searching. Each color here gives me different wavelength of how much I can pull on them and all that. I will go into further detail in next week's video for how I use these. Like I said, fairly cheap. I got them right off Amazon. I will go ahead and post that link in this video as well. Along with links for all for the main Rich Dad Poor Dad book, and also that will include some links for Audible as well. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and have a great day. If you found any part of this video useful, please give me a thumbs up, as it really helps to share the video. Thank you again.